How do we come out of Babylon? I believe the answer is this, that you love your neighbor as you do yourself. And it's demonstrated again in the place where in the Bible where this Good Samaritan helps this person who was in need. And he took him in the hotel. Now, this is a good example of coming out of Babylon. Instead of he bringing a harlot into the hotel and spent all that money on a harlot, what he did, he brought somebody else in that needed help. And I believe that that gives a demonstration of us coming out of Babylon. Um, Instead of paying for ourselves to be serviced or for somebody to serve us like a harlot, we serve others. And we also, and that type of service involves our time and money. I wanted to um, bring up the Christmas Day bombing. Um, his his message, people didn't understand. I believe that I understand his message. And I look at it, just think about this situation, that just think about it as a short story, and you're in a literature class, and the teacher breaks down this story. Okay, and this is what I'm going to do because it's related to Babylon. I'm going to break down this story. Okay, the guy's name is Anthony Quinn Warner. Okay, in this bombing, nobody died. That was his intent for it was for nobody to die. His intent was to warn. Look at his name. His last name is Warner. Okay, he came from Antioch, and this is very descriptive of what Paul, instead of Paul went into Antioch and presenting a situation that Jesus is knocking on the door to let him in. Here is a situation. Anthony Quinn Warner is coming out of Antioch, and as he creates a situation where the police are knocking on the door for people to come out, and it's so disturbing of a situation that they had to bam on the door and saying, "Get out, get out, get out." And if they see somebody, they, "Come on, come on, come on." So it's a description of, or an allegory of coming, a warning for people to come out of Babylon. His name is Anthony, and I looked that up. The name means inestimable or immeasurable. Okay, and then his middle name is Quinn. Quinn means five. When you look in music, you have a quintet. You got a quartet, that's four. Quintets, five, and so forth. So five in numerics means grace. So put his name together as God's immeasurable grace to warn. Anthony Quinn Warner. He sets up on the corner of Commerce and Church Street. So here's a situation that he's warning the church, the people in the church, to come out of Babylon. And it's interesting is that churches set up on corners because that's where business does the best. They make more business on them. They catch people on corners. Well, so does the harlot. So the first part of a business transaction takes place on a corner. The first part is making a deal. Okay. Then they go to a room. Okay. Now, I look up the word commerce, and commerce means um, a trade between countries and states of goods and so forth. That was the first definition. And another, extensive trade. The next one is commerce means intellectual intercourse. And then the third definition is sexual intercourse. Okay. Now, one thing I want to go back to is Quinn had a song about um, downtown. And when I think about downtown, I think about the Chamber of Commerce. I think they're involved in making downtown look very good, look very presentable for people to spend. And the the downtown, you think about Chamber of Commerce. Chamber is a room, a bedroom, in commerce. So you got a chamber where there's intercourse. Um, so I'm going to go back also uh, where I was with coming out of her, my people. And I'm going to try to think about some other things about the situation of the Christmas Day bombing.